Hey, I'm Shona and welcome to A Chat With, the cozy corner of the Venture Vault, where we have honest, encouraging conversations about what it really looks like to start. If you've had a niggling feeling about starting a company but you don't really know what yet and you don't know where to start, you're in exactly the right place. Today's guest is Anna Shipley, the founder behind Rustic Honey, a Dublin-born business that's grown into 2 thriving departments and a team of 25 staff. Anna first launched Rustic Honey 7 years ago as a wholesale bakery, supplying beautiful baked goods to every kind of food spot you can imagine, from cafes and restaurants to pubs and retail outlets. Rustic Honey now delivers to 60 plus locations across Dublin, Wicklow and Kildare. But that wholesale success was always part of a bigger vision. In 2023, Anna brought Rustic Honey to life on the high street with the Rustic Honey Café, open 7 days a week, serving specialty coffee, matcha, and of course their signature homemade cakes alongside breakfast, lunch and brunch. Anna is the definition of building something with both heart and strategy, and I can't wait for you to hear how Rustic Honey has grown, what's driven that momentum, and what Anna has learned along the way. So, I have got Anna Shipley here with me. Would you like to have a little cheers?
Let's go, girl.
With our merch. I've got merch this week, so
Stunning.
I'm delighted. Yeah, stunning. And I'm a little bit sick, so I'm sorry if I sound a little bit raspy. But
okay, we'll forgive you.
it kind of adds to the effect anyway. But, okay, so before we start, thank you so much for coming. By the way.
Thank you.
It's so exciting to have, I'm kind of been fangirling of you from the sidelines for a few years online. I'm like, she's so cool, I have to have her on the podcast. So I'd love to start with a few quick fire questions because it just kind of, loosens things up and it's just, maybe they'd be kind of funny. So my first one is, what is your favourite place in the world?
My favourite place in the world is my mum's house.
Oh, that's lovely.
So just for context, I live in a granny flat beside her and it's really small, it's really cluttered and it's just an absolute mess.
And you have 3 kids.
Oh yeah, I have 3 kids as well. And it's chaos. But like, I grew up in her house, like she's there, like all the photos of the family, like it's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing.
That's such a lovely thing to say that your home is your favourite place.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
What can I say? I'm cute.
I was going to say, like, you are cute. I was going to say New York, because I was like, oh God, your home. That's such
I'm a total home bird.
Yes.
Yeah,
I actually kind of am too. I'm kind of scared of flying, like a bit claustrophobic. So I haven't been away in years. And then I'm like, I'm a home bird or I'm just
maybe
afraid to get on a flight.
Maybe both.
Yeah. But I love that you said your house. That's really, really sweet. Okay, this is a good one because you're in the food business. What's your go-to comfort food?
It's actually ice cream.
Is it?
Yeah, like I know I should be saying some sort of like gourmet, homemade, home cooked, like gorgeous organic meal, but I am just an absolute sucker for ice cream.
Ice cream.
Chocolate ice cream. Anything that has like
ice cream.
crunchy bits in it, like chocolate chips, like it has to have a bit of a bite, you know?
I love mint ice cream. After,
No.
do you know, like,
I'm not a mint gal, no.
yeah, I love mint ice cream after like a meal because you know the way mint is supposed to be like a kind of a digestive for
and pineapple as well, actually.
pineapple ice cream or
No,
pineapple
just
itself.
pineapple in general.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
that's good
no.
for you. The pineapple's very good for you. Okay, so who's your celebrity? This is my favorite one. Who's your celebrity crush?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Justin Bieber. I'm not gonna give you my original
do a
one,
weird
Shona,
one and
because
then
it's
like a
outrageous.
normal one and then do like a one that's like weird. You can do your weird one.
Okay, I'm not
I
gonna
get
say
Justin Bieber.
the person who I said earlier, but actually I'm kind of like really weirdly attracted to the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I know he's old.
The long-haired guy, the main guy.
He's
like,
cut it.
Okay,
It's shorter
yeah.
now.
Oh, he was
Still a
long
bit
back in the
like
day. Okay,
floppy, but yeah.
that is niche.
Now I know he's old, but like, look, age is just a number.
Yeah,
No judgment
And you
here.
prefer him with the short hair or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I kind of Justin Bieber. I feel like I was a bit. I'm a bit older than you, but like I feel like I missed the like Bieber. Were you like a Bieber fever? Era?
Not so much. Only recently.
Okay.
I've become a believer.
I know.
Yeah,
I love him
I know.
So much.
Yeah,
I
I know,
watched
he's amazing.
what was it? Was the Grammys? Remember the performance where he comes out in his boxers? Was that the
Oh
Grammys?
yeah.
That was amazing.
Was it the Grammys?
No, it wasn't. It was something like
Maybe
that.
it was. Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's back.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
so cute. And my niche weird one is I love Colin Farrell. I'm a Colin Farrell girl.
Okay.
But my really it's not that niche. I think Danny Dyer is really hot.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Me and my mum are like, even the older he gets, I'm like, Danny Dyer.
He's so cheeky.
Cheeky. I like
just,
cheeky.
If anyone is cheeky with me, I'm like, okay, let's get married.
I know.
Like honestly, yeah.
And he's just like at the moment he's doing this really funny series where he's like in a caravan club or like a mobile home place, like in the UK. And he's like, me and my daughter are going to fix up this place, and I'm like,
outrageous that his daughter is also called Danny Dyer.
I know,
though.
and she's kind of seems sound. I like their relationship. I don't know her. I never watched the Love Island she's on or anything like that. Okay, I'll keep going because we could talk for hours.
I know.
Talk after that. So this is kind of vague, but what do you do for fun?
Oh
Any
God,
hobbies?
I don't have a lot of fun because I'm so
I know. You're
busy
so
all
busy.
the time.
Yeah.
My fun thing, I guess I just like to go and catch up with my gals.
Yeah.
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 Like I've actually, I'm very like mid-30s, like predictable here, but I've got really into saunas.
Okay.
And like sauna and a cold shower or sauna and a little dip in the sea.
Doing you time things, nice things for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had never gotten like a massage really or anything like that until I was in my 30s.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a big massage gal, yeah.
And I got the first one, well, I've only been pregnant once, but someone got me, my good friend Catherine, our mutual friend, got me a pregnancy massage.
Amazing.
In Powerscourt.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, I never knew you could take a whole day for yourself to do
yeah.
something nice.
Yeah.
And you feel amazing afterwards. So
sorry, I
love
actually
that.
do go for quite a lot of massages.
Okay.
Because I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders and my neck.
Yeah.
And
You're a busy gal.
Once I went and the girl was like, you're very, she was like, wasn't like a native speaker. So I think she couldn't like find the right word. But she was like, you're very crunchy. I was like, thanks, I'm a bit stressed. I have a lot on my plate.
Like a run, like a cafe.
Yeah,
crunchy.
exactly.
That's so funny.
Another time, sorry, no, we probably don't have time for this.
No, we do.
Another time I went for a massage in this like hole in the wall in the middle of town.
Yeah.
And it was this little Thai
Sometimes
man.
they're the best ones though.
No, it wasn't. It was a horrendous experience. This little Thai man.
Yeah.
And I was lying down on my tummy. You have the face in the hole.
Yeah.
And he starts running up and down my back and like holding on to these like reins on the roof. And he was like running up and down my back.
Type
I was like,
massage.
Okay. Needless to say, I didn't return to that place.
No, not relaxing.
It was an experience.
Yeah. So that's what you like to do for fun.
Yes.
Be beaten up by...
Yeah, have little men running up and down my back. Yeah, perfect.
There's an analogy in there somewhere. But that's really funny. Okay, so something you can't live without.
I mean, I know I should say my kids, but, and obviously I couldn't live without them. But seriously, all seriousness here, one thing I couldn't live without is a decent night's sleep. Because I actually can't function when I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like I can't. Like I'm literally like...
What time do you go to bed at?
Ideally around 9, but my kids are wild animals, so they don't like.
What age is the youngest?
2.5, 2 and a bit.
Oh yeah, same as Bonnie.
Yeah. But actually, my eldest is the one that's like, listen, I'm too old. I'm staying up.
And what age is she?
7.
7. Okay. I thought you had an older one than us.
No, 7. One daughter 7, son 5, and another daughter 2.5, 2 and a bit.
Fair play to you.
Oh, you know, it's wild.
Fair play to you. Okay, so 9 o'clock. Yeah, I try to do that. Yeah. I sometimes take an antihistamine to like shut my mind off because I'm an undiagnosed possible ADHD person. I hate people say that. You know, people are like, I'm going to ADHD, and I'm like, you know, the people that actually have it, they're like, stop saying that. Yeah. But I'm like, that's my thing this year. I'm like, maybe I'll go see if I have it.
Do it.
I find my mind really hard to shut off at night, and I'll be like on TikTok, or I'll be like thinking of ideas that I'll never actually.
I feel like that's a real like creative person thing as well. Well, actually, a lot of creative people do have ADHD. So
because then I can. But then my boyfriend always goes to me like, he's like, no, but you don't have trouble concentrating. I was like, no, if I get into like a real, I could stay up till 3 a.m. working and not even realize the time passing. That's like an ADHD thing as well.
Yeah, you probably do have.
You can come. Yeah, I know. Ugh. And I'm really bad at keeping time and all kinds of. Anyway, so best bit of advice someone has ever given you.
Okay, so I actually have 2 pieces of advice that have just been like so equally important to me, both when starting the business and kind of like as time goes on. Yeah. And it's from my cousin who has this like big successful matcha company. I'm allowed name drop here. Am I? Yeah. It's Matcha Ninja.
You're saying nice things.
It's Matcha Ninja. Their matcha is amazing.
Wow.
But so basically his mentor was my dad, who was professor of marketing in Trinity. So he had like a whole business background. Wow. But he died in 2018.
It's in the blood.
It's in the blood. Well, actually, he's not related to this cousin, but anyway.
No, but your dad and you.
Yeah, I know.
That's amazing.
But he died before I started the business. Okay. So my cousin kind of like gave me a lot of information that came from my dad, which was amazing. So the first thing is any money that you make at the start, invest back into your business.
Okay, love it.
Like, and I did that for, still doing it now.
Yeah.
You know, but like really went like every single penny. I didn't pay myself for the first year. And for the first like 3.5, 4 years, every single penny went back into the business.
Wow.
Whether that was like developing new products, buying equipment, hiring staff, like just everything went back in, and it's worth it.
Wow, that's like gold dust.
But
advice.
it's so hard. You know, like you see a little bit of money in the bank, you're like, ooh, okay, maybe I'll get a car or maybe I'll start paying myself.
I know.
But like,
and money in the company is such a different thing than paying yourself.
Sorry, I was only talking to someone about this recently. Like, if you say, oh, that costs $5,000, say, for the business, you're like, grand, paid off. But $5,000 in your own personal account, you're like, that is like,
totally.
That's enough. That's like
it's
outrageous
so much money. Yeah, I know. And I was a sole trader for years before I went limited.
Okay.
And so like I had 2 separate bank accounts, but I was like, oh, I have loads of money in the, like if I got a big like client in.
Yeah.
And I always thought it was my money, but then there's always tax and VAT and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, so then after the first few years, I learned to put the money away for the tax. That was good. Like, because I was always like, be grand, I'll get a big client in before it's due. And like, I learned those hard lessons very
That's
early
actually
on.
a really good piece of advice, is to have a separate tax account.
Yes, I heard you saying earlier that you have a VAT account.
Yeah. So that's for all my tax. So like I would,
excuse me.
It's kind of difficult for us because we have like so many like daily
incomings and outgoings.
Yeah. But maybe for like consultants or like someone like yourself, like the VAT that's on the end of the bill, like automatically as soon as you get paid, just transfer it into that that tax account.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
Because you're like paying money that's not yours. You're spending money that's not yours. Yeah.
And even with the PAYE or like whatever else, just throw it into that account because you can't touch it. And ours is the account that we have is locked. It's like a notice account. So I can't actually touch it.
That is like that's really good business acumen. Is that what the word is?
No,
because I've seen so many, like I've worked loads of businesses over the years, and like there's a lot of people that get like it's a cash flow thing. They have to use their VAT or tax money or whatever, and like sometimes they have to do it. But if it's not there in the first place, you're also then like from like a mindset thing. You're working with what like money that is coming. Like, you know, you're thinking about profits more than like vanity metrics, like, oh, we made whatever turnover, but actually that's 20%, is that, or 20% of VAT? Or is it 23% or 13% or 13.5%?
Well, thankfully, thank God,
for food services.
It's come down for certain things within hospitality to 9%.
Okay.
So it was 13.5. I actually am not entirely sure. Yeah, some things are 23, some things are 9. Maybe some stuff is still 13.5. I actually really should know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so say for example, for a cafe, we'll get a report at the end of the day and I'll just log in, see it and see the VAT amount and transfer it.
Okay.
Every day.
Wow. That's very organised.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I think Sasha found that the last guest I had on, that when you start talking about what you do, you're like, actually,
I'm actually not that bad.
I do know what I'm talking about. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so that's the best bit of advice. So you said you had a second piece of advice.
Sorry, so the second thing of advice is hire people who are better than you.
Yes, I've heard that before. Yeah,
it's like, it's literally exactly what it says on the tin. Like, if there's so many things that I'm amazing at and I'll do them myself and I like them, and you know, it means I don't have to pay someone.
Yeah.
But there are also so many things that I'm not good at, and I'm like, I can't do this. Someone else can do it.
What would you say is your thing, like your thing that you're good at?
My strong thing.
Yes.
Well, so recipe development.
Oh,
vision, 100%.
I was going to say, that's what you seem the best at.
Yeah.
Obviously baking and stuff and food.
I don't really bake that much anymore, but I do, like, I develop new products, especially like seasonal products for like Christmas or Halloween. Like, I have so much fun doing that.
Mother's Day stuff was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, whenever I'm in the kitchen or the bakery, like, I like totally switch off. Like it literally was a case where like I turned my passion into my career.
Yeah.
And I do miss that sometimes because I feel like I've working
on the business instead of in the business.
Yeah.
Would you say you work on the business more than in the business?
Now, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But that's actually good. They say that like get the people to work for you so that you can work on the bigger vision. Like someone has to do that. And it better be the person that started it.
I also think it's really important to build a really good relationship with your team, like with your staff, because like I like to get to know every single staff member on some sort of personal level. Like obviously people have been there longer, you know them better.
Yeah.
So that is sort of like working in the business, like within it and with the team.
Day to day, yeah.
And I think that's really important. And I think you get that back, you know, like if your team feel happy, if they feel valued.
And they feel trusted and all that kind of stuff.
And they know you, they know what you stand for. They know that you're actually like a real life person.
Yes.
then I think that sort of translates through the team and through to the customers as well.
That's why you're successful. I feel like you've hit so many points that I want to bring up. So we'll go into depth and
Okay,
more of that stuff later on. No, because I'm dying to hear all about the staff stuff I was saying to you earlier on. So then this is getting, okay, we've done a little quick fire bit.
Okay.
So if you had like kind of one sentence of, I did it about you in the intro, but like, so what do you do and who do you do it for? You know, kind of like, what would you say? You're like, I'm Anna and I do this.
So I'm Anna. It's really hard to pinpoint because there's two
like an AA meeting. I'm Anna and I love baking.
I have an addiction to baking. It's actually really sad because I don't bake anymore.
I know, sorry. Yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. We'll come back to that. Okay, so there's 2 departments to Rustic Honey. Departments, parts, I never know what to call it.
Yeah.
So we have the wholesale bakery, which started 7 years ago. So we produce ambient baked goods for the wholesale market.
Okay.
Now, that's kind of the sentence that ChatGPT came up for me, and I'm kind of just, that's what I go with now.
Ambient's a good word.
So, yeah. Well, we do a few frozen bits as well, but mostly ambient. In other words, we don't sell like fresh cream cakes, like anything that needs to go in the fridge. Everything is like sort of at room temperature, which is huge for.
Is that on purpose? Like,
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, because then they don't have to store it as well and worry about things going off and stuff.
Exactly, because a lot of places they just don't have fridge space.
Yeah,
especially small coffee shops, like they don't have fridges.
Yeah,
like display fridges. So. Yeah, sorry, what was the question, Shona?
Just your elevator pitch of
what
like, what do you do? Like, so you have you've got the department, you've got the wholesale side of
bakery,
it. Yeah. And that's what you started with. Yeah.
Exactly. And that, so we supply over 60 different locations at the moment, which is amazing. So hopefully this year we're going to go nationwide, but
wow.
It's really hard to find, the issue isn't actually the production, it's the delivery.
Okay.
Because obviously for cakes and fresh goods, you need delivery early in the morning.
Yes.
And
they smell amazing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just really hard to get the logistics.
Of course.
But we're working on it.
Yeah.
And then the cafe, which actually I spend way more time at the cafe.
It's in Cherrywood.
That's in Cherrywood.
It's beautiful. I've been into it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So that is that's a lot of work because it's like you're dealing with the public directly. So I actually feel like there's a lot more responsibility there.
It's a completely different animal. I can imagine like that the general public can be awful as well as lovely, but also
you get everything.
Complaints.
Like, honestly, you get everything.
Well, I can imagine. Yeah.
But I find that like it's really nice to actually see, like physically see people walking into your space and buying your product.
Because with the wholesale stuff, it's like we just deliver it.
Yeah, you don't see it like really. Yeah. Like, look, I do see it when I go into the stockists or whatever. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But like when you actually see a physical person like buying it or like enjoying it or like they chose my coffee shop to have their celebration or to meet their friend. It's just like, oh my God. Like it's so nice.
Yeah. And I love that you sell like some kind of stuff in the, like you sell birthday cards and mugs and things.
Yeah. We've loads of like little.
That's so good. Was that a vision then when you started that too? That you
I think so. Because you know, you go into so many coffee shops now, cafes, whatever, and they all have the usual like coffee beans. You can get like the little coffee pots
or like mugs,
the keep cups, all that kind of stuff.
Keep cups, that's what
I was like, okay, love that, but also like let's do a bit more. Like let's do something like really cool, like something that people can just like stop and look at. Like,
but that's the stuff that you would buy. Like I went in to get a coffee there, and I got my friend a card for her new baby. Like there was like a cute little. I can't remember what it said, something funny.
Was the one with the 2 little bottles?
Yes.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, saying like now it's a different type of cheer. It was something to do with drinking, basically.
Yeah.
Now it's bottles.
I can't remember, I
was like, so cute. Yeah, it's a very good idea. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
So I was going to say, take us back to the beginning.
Okay.
So you do have a background in studying, like you did your, what did you say, culinary arts in DIT. Yeah. So you always knew you wanted to do it then from school. Yeah. And you were saying, you actually did have a vision of working for yourself, because most people are like, oh, I didn't think I was, but you were like, I'm always going to be my own boss.
Do you know, I never really thought of it as that way. Okay, let's go right back to about 1997. Okay, let's just shoot way back.
You were like 5 or something?
Yeah, I was honestly like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
My mom is just like, she's amazing. She's just amazing. She let us do everything as kids. We were probably a bit feral, but look, it's fine. It all worked out in the end. And she used to let me have cake sales at the front of our house. And she used to help me make little like chocolate marshmallows, and I go out and I try and sell them, and all the like it was only myself and our mutual friend, I think, that were like the main girls on the road.
Yeah.
And they were all boys, like wild little bold boys. And they used to come over and steal the cakes I was trying to sell.
Oh.
Yeah, but I did make the odd sale. And I think that was just like, Jesus, like I made that. Someone wanted to buy it. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And like, I always had really, really like low self-esteem, like really like no confidence, as so many people do. Like, you know.
It's kind of an Irish thing sometimes too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But I was always like really loud, like really bold, and always kind of like told to like tone it down, like be quiet, like don't actually technically like don't be you, which is how I kind of interpret it. Just it's getting very deep now, Shona.
Yeah.
But
You'll pay me for the therapy session after.
Thanks, I will. It's all part of my story.
It is,
and yeah, like even in school, I remember like one teacher was like, "Anna, stop asking so many questions," and I was like, "I don't understand it."
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so what? Let's bring it back to the beginning. Did the cake sales. Made a few sales and was like, yeah, okay, this is great. This is a feel good factor.
Something that you can physically make and someone will pay for is insane. I felt like that too.
Yeah,
The first logo.
It's very like overwhelming.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's lovely.
So I kind of always did like cakes and like the odd like whatever for friends and family. And as I got older, I got involved in the hostessing committee in school, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So I used to do all the teas and coffees for like parents' evenings and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. It was always in you.
Yes, it was always in me. See, all my friends were like amazing athletes. They all did like basketball, and I was the only one who didn't. And I was another thing that affected my confidence. I was like, all my friends are so good at something.
Yeah.
What am I good at?
Yeah.
Where can I shine?
But sometimes the thing that you are good at, I think when you're younger, you don't realize that that's what you're good at. Like you probably just like, I just like hosting, or just like that. You didn't realize it was like your do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was like, it's just something I do.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I think especially as like a young teenager and like as a female, you're kind of like, those doors aren't necessarily open for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was still doing various different things for friends and family.
Yeah.
And in 2018, I got a job in this amazing restaurant, let's call them.
After your course, like you.
After my course, called Pogue. I'm sure you've heard of them. They've got loads of different locations now. So I was originally hired as the assistant manager. And then like within a few days, I think the manager left or something happened. And I was made the manager, and I was like, okay, wow, okay, this is like, I can do this. I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
And then 6 weeks after I started, I found out I was pregnant. Stop. I was like, right, okay. And
it's so tough for girls.
Yeah, I know.
It's like our life has to stop suddenly, but it didn't.
No, it didn't. Mm-hmm. But then another few weeks after that, my dad passed away. So the whole thing, like
you were pregnant, like oh god,
I know. You know, I'm gonna say it was awful. Yeah, it actually wasn't that bad because it was like it's a huge turning point in my life.
Yes,
like
death often is. Yeah.
Feeling good enough to be able to become a manager.
Yeah,
getting pregnant and losing my dad in such a short space of time. It's just like I was like, Jesus Christ, like life is so short. All this is happening for a reason. And like,
if I can get through this. Yeah.
And that was like my motivating factor. I was like, I actually probably can do this.
Yeah.
Like, what's the worst that could happen?
That's literally the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
And it's happened
like, it doesn't get any worse than that. Like, well, it does, but like, you know.
Yeah, no, but that's so incredibly inspiring. That's amazing. And so you were like, so you were like manager, and then you were like, you know, I was going to say, did you have, like, that's one of my questions. Was there a specific moment you realized, like, I have to start this? Like, what was your kind of like, this needs to happen?
I was on maternity leave. I loved that job. Yeah. I loved it. Like, I put my heart and soul into that place.
Yeah.
And the owner, Rachel Keane, she's amazing businesswoman. Like, I've always admired her. But like when I was working there, I was kind of like, I'm putting in so much for somebody else to reap the rewards. Sorry, Rachel, if you hear this, but
but you're like, if she can do it, I can do it.
Exactly.
I had that first thought as well.
And she was young as well. Like I think she had just turned 30. I shouldn't be revealing her age when I was there. And I was like, God, like she's amazing. Like I can probably do this too for myself.
Yeah.
So I was on maternity leave. I started like putting pen to paper, like, you know yourself, like I was very lucky with my daughter, Charlie, like she was such an easy baby. She used to sleep all day long. that didn't last
So
very
many
long.
businesses start on maternity leave, though. I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of women
Yeah.
that maybe have worked somewhere and then they're like, I have a little bit of time if they have an easy
Yeah,
easy baby.
exactly.
Or in the evenings.
Yeah.
And they want to spend more time with their children. They're like, well, I start my own thing
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was you.
So that was me.
Scribbling away.
Yeah, scribbling away. And I kind of was just like, I don't really want to just, like, there's only so far you can make it within hospitality, you know, like you're never going to have like an enormous salary being the manager of a cafe. Like, okay, you can get by, it's decent. But like, I wanted more than that.
Yeah.
Not because I'm driven by money, but because I was driven by like, if I want to be able to give my children the best life, I need to be making more than this.
Yeah.
And that was
the kind of driver.
Yeah.
And do you think it was being pregnant being a big driver, or just that you were like, I always had this vision, but now's the time to do it? Was it time?
I actually think it was my dad passing, I think, was more of a motivator.
Yes.
Because it was kind of a distraction as well.
Yeah.
You know, like a distraction from grief. I actually don't think I've still really grieved it.
Yeah.
But that's a good question, Shona. I'm actually going to have
deep.
I'm going to look inside myself and really think about that.
But that's but like, what a legacy for him. I just heard a lovely thing the other day. I don't want to upset you, but it was like, what's the like I have someone whose father passed away, and it was like, what's the best thing you can do for him? And it said look after his daughter.
Ah, jeez.
Isn't that lovely?
So true. And especially as a parent yourself now, like that's...
Yeah, I love it because it's it's such a hard thing. I don't know, my dad is my best friend, so like I think what you've done is amazing because you've used it, obviously, and leveraged it to do so much stuff. And I knew we'd be talking about loads of things, and I feel bad going back to my little script. But,
no, go for it. Go. That's
but I was going to say, what was that first step that you took? And thank you for sharing, by the way. That was lovely for you to share all that. But your first step, because I'm always thinking from a point of view of someone who wants to start, and they're obviously already probably really inspired by whatever you've said. But like, what was your first step? Like, if they're like just sitting there going, okay, maybe I have the background, I've like studied the culinary arts, but what do I actually
the actual first step has to come from honestly inside you, like inside your heart, that like, okay, I'm making the decision, I'm going to do this. And then you kind of make a list, like as if you're like setting goals, like, okay, what's the end goal? What are the steps I need to get there? Like, who do I contact first?
Yeah.
Like in my case, I contacted the HSE in the hopes that I would be able to get my own kitchen at home approved, that I could produce there.
That was going to be one of my questions I didn't write down. I was like, do you have to get like HACCP? What's the HSE?
Yeah, of course. So there's so many regulations. And so, I
and that probably seems huge to someone. Like, I've always had a little, now this is stupid, like I never actually do it, but like, I'm always like, if I was like well older or whatever, and I could like just, if I had like the time to just do them, I was like, I'd love to decorate cake. Like, you know, like people make incredible cakes. Like, I mean, like really like all the stuff on them. I'd love a go of it. But I'm like, oh my God, it would seem huge to like do all that, like make sure your home is
it's doable.
Is it?
It is doable, especially for something like decorating. But as a starting point, I think that's great.
Okay.
And I know someone who used to work with us, and she converted she had this like a showroom outside the back of her house.
Yeah.
And she converted that into like a kitchen and got it approved by the HSE. Amazing. And not everyone is in that position.
Of course not.
I tried to do that, and HSE were like, not a chance, because I had like tumble dryers and all sorts in the kitchen, you know, like it didn't work. So then I went about, okay, I need to find an affordable space where I can produce my product.
Yeah.
So I found a place called Our Kitchen. That's HOUR Kitchen in Clonsky. Don't know if they're still there. I think they are. So basically you can rent a commercial kitchen by hour.
Okay.
Now it was very pricey at the start, but worth it.
To work it out. Okay. And that was off the wholesale stuff.
Yes.
So you started off like your own. I think you said earlier your first. So that was okay. I'll go on to my next.
We're spiraling here.
We're not spiraling. I just loved it because I'd love people to know the journey that you went on. That's the only reason why I'm kind of like sticking to my notes is like, so like your first paying customer is kind of like, so what was your first product? Like what was your first product? Were you like, was it like a one cake or what was it like? What was it?
So
Anna's signature.
We actually started.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm saying we because I'm just so used to saying we Rustic Honey. Yes, we.
You're a force.
We of course we reckoned with.
Yeah.
Okay, so we started out as a catering company.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, let's keep this vision broad.
And that's what we use the kitchen for.
Exactly.
Catering. Okay.
Yeah. And then we can like knuckle down exactly. We can hone in on one specific thing or two or whatever down the line. So the very first thing that we did was cater for my mum's friend's 60th. And I was like, oh my God, like they trust me to do this. Like, you know, and I think I got like €900 for it.
Wow.
But obviously, like, didn't really make a penny because by the time I obviously calculated my costs wrong, and like by the time everything went back in, like, paid for my ingredients, equipment that I needed to rent, but it was done. And then a couple of weeks later, someone from Catalyst coffee shop in Bray, I think they have a place in Dunleary now as well.
Yeah, they've two in Bray, or they moved down to the seafront.
There's two in Bray. Yeah,
they're huge.
Yeah. Amazing coffee. Really nice guys.
Love the branding.
Yes, love branding. So one of the original owners there contacted me and was like, Anna, can you do vegan cakes for us? And I was like, listen, I'll do anything, like whatever you need. Like,
sorry to interrupt, was it all cakey stuff? Like for the catering for say that 60th, was that like hot food as well, or was it?
It was everything.
Finger food,
everything. Yeah.
So you can do everything.
Well, kind of,
because when you do culinary arts, are you studying everything, or was it just bakery stuff?
There was very little baking in culinary arts.
Okay.
Yeah, very little.
So you're
baking.
an entire food, because sometimes in my head I'm like, you like started doing like more cakey stuff, but you're not. It's the other way around.
Yeah,
really.
Like I kind of did more like savoury stuff.
Savoury is the word I'm looking for. I keep saying like real food and bakery.
You know, like that sort of like cooking as opposed to baking. Like, I'm actually not a very good cook. Like, no, seriously, like
we'll take that out.
Look, I make a mean bolognese. I'm not gonna lie.
Rustic Honey later.
Yeah, exactly. But I always loved baking. Like, baking was my passion, but I didn't get the points to do baking and pastry. That's why I did culinary arts.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, my passion was always baking.
Sorry, so Catalyst.
Yeah,
we're like, can you give us a few vegan numbers?
Yeah, so like, if I really want to blow my own trumpet here, is it trumpet, horn, whatever?
Either instrument works.
Yes, thank you. We were approached. Like, our first wholesale customer came to us.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. Like,
that was my question. Was how did you get your first customer?
Yeah, Ross came to me and was like, I think he rang me and he was like, oh, listen, can you do this? And I was like, yeah, I'll do anything, Ross, whatever you need. Like, I'll
Did you find though that you, like, when you started, because you started off with catering, did you find that you were like, I didn't know there was an avenue into wholesale stuff, or did you go, oh no, that's what I want to get into next? Or
I followed the money train for a little while.
Okay,
to be honest, I was like, I just want to get this off the ground.
Yeah.
So then
it was kind of like whatever you were like taking, whatever you're like, whatever came to you.
I was so vulnerable and so like believe it or not, I'm actually not very businessy. Like, I'm not really like a business person.
I would disagree, but yeah.
No. Honestly, I'm not.
Writing out your list and going, here's my goal and here's how I get there.
I know, when it comes
businessy.
to like all the like actual like business, like,
I know what you mean.
You know,
like,
I'm more of a creative.
Money in, money out, and
exactly.
Like, yeah.
But you know, one thing that I did do, I know I'm going off on a tangent here again.
You're not. It's lovely.
I went and bought a junior cert business book. And I was like, I swear to God, best thing I ever did.
Business for dummies or something.
Honestly. And I was like, this just explains everything. Because I'm very like, I can't read between the lines. Like, you need to be direct with me. I'm not going to be able to guess what you're saying. Like, just say it as it is. And with the business, that junior cert business book, I was like, me? I don't know if I still have it, to be honest. Highlights and
also,
notes.
why junior cert and not leaving cert?
Because I wanted to start at the beginning. Okay. Like, the most basic thing ever. And Shona, I swear to God, it helped me so much.
This is such a good snippet to put out later on. I got a junior cert business book. That's really funny.
And I actually
didn't, but it worked, obviously.
Well, a little bit. Yeah. Just helped me.
I know what you mean. Like, I'm a bit like that. Did I go back to the start? Because I studied maths in college.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask why.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know. But I remember being like, I want to go, like, they let me into the second year of it because I'd done some maths in UCD, and I remember like, no, like, I want to, I don't like coming into something halfway through. I want to like go back to the start and like explain to me in black and white from the start.
Yeah, I guess
so. That's actually really good. So you were like, okay, I have the business vagueness of how business works in and out when you were doing that, and then so tell us about your systems. Yeah, so like at the time, I suppose, I'm making sure we have enough time to talk about everything. But so it was your first offering. How did your first paying customer find you? That's what, and your stuff at the time, like, how did people pay you? Like, did you have a website back then? Like, were you using like how were people paying you?
So let's just talk about the bakery for now, because obviously we didn't have the cafe at this point.
Yeah.
And for catering orders as well, everything was through bank transfer.
Okay.
Which was
invoicing people and bank transfer.
Yeah, exactly. So the first software we had was QuickBooks,
QuickBooks. It is the little things that people love to know. It's like, what do you use? Like, I'm always like, what do you use?
So QuickBooks is amazing. It's really, really simple. And I would highly recommend it for like starting out because it's so easy to follow.
Yeah.
And of course, somewhere down the line, if you do decide to get an accountant, which I also highly recommend from the start.
We talked about that earlier. Accountants. A good one.
A good
that
accountant.
You can ask the questions you want to ask.
Exactly.
And get them to tell you.
Yeah. And like
what's due.
go and meet various different accountants. Like they generally don't
like a therapist.
charge. Exactly. Well,
find one that works with you.
It's so true because like I was saying to you, like this is now our fourth accounting company that we've dealt with, and finally happy. Like they're amazing.
Yeah.
But it's a relationship, so you need to make sure that like they understand you and you understand them and that you're on the same page.
Totally.
And I think for me it was really important to get a female accountant.
Yeah.
Because I just felt more understood.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
But we've since moved over to Xero.
There's a bit of mansplaining sometimes from.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know what you mean. I actually have a female accountant as well. She's
gorgeous. So we started out with QuickBooks, have since moved over to Xero. It's kind of easier with the systems that we have in place now.
Yeah.
But originally, invoicing and bank transfer.
Yeah.
Which was great if people paid, if they paid on time, if they paid at all. But we were chasing a lot.
I was about to say, do you get paid? You don't get paid up front for those orders, for those wholesale orders, or did you at the time?
No, on credit terms.
Okay.
Very important, actually. If you're,
so you'd have to pay for all the food before getting paid for it.
Yeah. So cash flow was obviously a bit of an issue at the start.
Yeah.
But for catering
learning curve.
Catering, any sort of like service, like a consultation, anything like that, I recommend getting a deposit.
Yes.
Non-refundable deposit.
Yes.
And that deposit should cover
the cost of the food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your costs.
Yes.
So like you're technically not out of pocket. You haven't made a profit if it falls through, if the event or whatever gets cancelled.
Yeah.
But you're not out of pocket.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I learned early
the hard
on.
way. Yeah. Because it has to make sense. And like, I suppose you probably, those numbers over the years of like how to make a profit, how to pay people. And were you paying people back then, or was it still just you?
No, I wasn't even paying myself for the first year. Yeah.
As your dad said, put the money back in.
Yeah.
Money back
exactly,
in. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big, and that was your soul. Oh, you were on maternity leave doing that, or
yeah.
A
bit of both.
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Fair play to you.
So,
and then what's the next bit I wanted to ask? Yeah, what would you say to someone saying the most reliable way of getting customers is like word of mouth or like contacts and like same
I think
thing?
Word of mouth is huge.
Yeah, you weren't building it online at that point, like you weren't.
No, a little bit, but like not really. Like
you weren't getting like inquiries on Instagram or anything. Like
really. Not really.
Yeah,
word of mouth is huge.
Yes,
and
that's what Sasha said as well.
Yeah,
and she's an e-commerce business. Like, and I was like, you were doing ads and stuff. She's like, no, word of mouth.
Yeah,
word of ads and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And also for your product to be able to stand alone and speak for itself.
Yeah.
You know, like you have, if you want to retain customers and keep the business not just afloat, but keep the business going.
Yeah.
You know, like growing. Your product has to be something special.
Yeah.
And it has to be able to speak for itself.
Yes.
Like the quality has to be worth the hype.
Yeah. And how did you go from then, like say, catalyst, say in like coffee shops and you said like, because I always see it now, like since learning that stuff, it's like they might do really good coffee, but they've known to do the sandwiches or is it whatever, and they just order them in. Like I never knew a lot of people did that. But like, how did you go from that? Because you're also in stores, like aren't you in? What stores are you in?
We're in a lot of different stores. So
in Super Value? No.
We are in Super Value in Ternier,
yeah.
Lots & Co, all locations. Donnybrook Fair.
Donnybrook Fair, yeah. That's incredible.
The Get Fresh stores.
Yeah. How did you get those? Like, how did that happen?
So we were approached by...
Just being approached all the time.
Do you know what, Shona? Like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, word of mouth, it's so important.
Yes, yeah.
Like...
They say that about marketing, like the biggest marketing lesson to learn about, like even LinkedIn and stuff like that. And I've started to do this, and it's actually kind of working. Is if you just are talking about what you do all the time and just doing it, and not cold emailing people and calling people do just come to you when you're kind of just out there doing your thing and showing your work and showing what you're doing. And people, and in your case, like my case, it's design, but in your case, it's like they see it in shops, or they're like, oh, what's this kind of buzz around it? And then they want it for themselves.
It's true.
Is that what happened? Yeah. Like,
that's
basically.
what happened to us. Like, thank God. And as well, like everyone is connected within hospitality.
Course,
you know, like And like whether you know it or not, like a lot of them could even be the same company, just operating under different names, different locations. And like, okay, it works in this store. Let's try it in here.
Yeah.
But for me, one really, really, really like fundamental thing was to be able to provide not just an amazing product, but to be able to back it up with the service.
Okay, yeah.
Because you have to be consistent, and your customers want to know you. They want to know that you're there.
Yeah.
Like if there's a problem, if a cake arrives and it's not up to standard, I will always say, no problem, leave it aside. You're not going to be charged for that.
Yeah.
And to be able to show
to be sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
like
no.
we
People
care.
work with people who they like working with. My dad has always told me that. Yeah.
But it's so true.
Always pick up the phone. He'll pick up the phone when he's out for lunch.
Yeah.
On like after 6 o'clock or whatever. And I was like, I wouldn't do that. And he's like, no, but you always should pick up the phone. And I'm like,
yeah, I mean, even if you can't pick up the phone, just get back to them. I genuinely think that, especially, like, okay, I don't actually know how to define the size of my business, but I would see it as like a relatively small business, that it's important to make your customers feel seen.
Yeah.
And from my point of view, it's actually genuine as well.
Yes, yeah.
It's
your baby.
It's my fourth
But that
child,
comes across.
Like, honestly.
It is.
Does it?
Yeah, of course it comes across. But it obviously comes across with your customers as well. They're all like, let's get a bit of...
Let's get your
Anna.
own.
Yeah. No, but that's amazing. And so then, when did you go? I know you said it was 2023, wasn't it, that you went? So you were doing all this wholesale stuff. And did you feel confident enough then to go for the cafe? Was the cafe your big dream?
So in 2021...
Okay, we have a story.
In 2021, Okay.
Yeah.
During COVID...
Sorry, I feel like I skipped 7 years.
It's me. I'm a disaster. During COVID...
No, you've just so much to say, which is great. We'll do a part 2.
Yes, let's
do a part 2.
During COVID, I was in a different shared kitchen space.
Okay.
And the owner of that place was
And you day-to-day working in it, like you're cooking and stuff.
I was doing the night shift with a 1-year-old at home. It was
What's a night shift? Like, because you're baking, like doing stuff over the night.
Yeah, but the only reason I did night shift was because it was cheaper to rent the kitchen overnight than it was during the day. Now, looking back now, there's like €200 a month in the difference. And for me at the time, that was huge money. So I did a bloody night shift. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And my daughter was 1 and everything shut down in COVID. There was no crash. It was...
Come on, that's very admirable.
You've put in,
but this is what the people talk. I know, but this is what people talk about the hard work that goes into the company. But you'd only do it if you're mental enough to care. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's what they say. Like, what's the secret to like? It's like it's caring, and you have to like have the vision to like just keep going with it.
Just power.
Like that's what obviously what you did.
And the self belief, like even on those days when you're like, oh my God, this is so hard. Like I actually don't know if I can keep going. If you have that core belief within yourself, like. You can do it.
Yeah, of course.
Like you actually can. I kind of view it sometimes as like getting over like an illness.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, I'm just waiting for this wound to heal. I'm waiting for this whatever,
really
my virus to pass over. Like, just get over the hill. Like, get over it.
Yeah.
And
just keep going.
Just keep going.
Wow.
That's a mentality. And I think...
I've never heard it described as that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because
I actually don't think I've ever said that out loud.
No, but like you were saying, like a wound, like that's the way, everyone, like it's people, such a overused thing to say, like, when you get knocked down, get back up again. So that it's a different way of saying it, but it's a weird but cool way of saying it. Being like, it's like a wound, because you're basically just being like, oh, okay, this didn't work, but I'll just because it's the vision that it will heal, it will come back around again. And I sometimes think that about like times where I've been like, oh, I need like another client in or something like that. It always happens.
Yeah.
Someone will always come looking for work, and I'm always like, I don't know how, for 11 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, how have I been able to do that? Like, it's weird. And I like that, but the wound just made me think of that. It should be like, oh, it always will come back around. Like, money always comes back around in some way. Like, if you're kind of like, so that's really cool. And so then you were there working the night shift, and you were like at a point where in 2021 that you were like, I want to get the cafe.
Well, basically, like the owner of that place was just really, really unsound. I had a really bad experience with him. And so he could see that like the business was kind of doing well, and decided to like overnight double the rent without notice. And I was like, what?
Your business was doing well, like specifically.
Yeah.
Vulture.
And look, there was so many different things going on. He was very shady, very like inappropriate with like the females working there. Like it was a terrible experience.
Oh my God.
So I was like, right, okay, I'm going to leave this place.
Yeah.
Maybe let's start looking for my own like actual unit that I can operate out of.
Yeah.
lo and behold, something came up. It was I think it was like a €2 shop or something
Right.
in Loughlinstown, and the rent was cheap.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's go for it. So we occupied that space, gutted it.
Just for like making all the wholesale stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Turned it into a bakery.
But you had the money there to do all that. Like, that's amazing.
Sorry, we got a loan.
Okay.
Got a loan from the bank,
Yeah.
which is...
I know that sounds maybe intrusive question, but it's like, that's what people always are like, how did you get the money to like start a
Get a
cafe?
loan.
How did you do it? Okay. Yeah.
Get a loan.
Yeah.
Like most people don't have 50k in the bank.
Yeah,
They can like just open up a bakery.
Is that exciting? That must be really exciting.
Oh, I didn't have to. I didn't have it. I had no idea what I was getting myself in for.
I know, but that's still so exciting. Yeah.
Look, thankfully now it's all paid off. So yeah, like...
And did you still have that space? Yeah. For the wholesale stuff.
That's where we're operating, yeah.
And so then the cafe then was the next...
So the cafe...
So that's in Loughlinstown, then the cafe's only in Cherrywood, so they're not too far
just up the road, yeah.
Handy.
So when we got the production unit in Loughlinstown, the very front of it was turned into a tiny little like takeaway place called Little Honey. Okay, it was just like...
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was like... collect your cakes there.
Yeah, well, it was a coffee shop as well. So it was kind of like coffee shop. Yeah. So that was going for 2 years. Yeah. And then I saw a unit up the road in Cherrywood and I was like, I need that. Like, that has to be my cafe.
You had the vision of the cafe though, did you? Like,
kind of, yeah. I was all,
Yeah.
And when I saw that space, I was like, oh my God, like it's stunning, it's bright, it's big, like, yes.
And it's giving me goosebumps.
Yeah, I'd
be so excited to do something like that.
So then, after negotiations and getting the funds and everything in order, yet another loan to operate, to open up the cafe.
Did you get advice on that kind of stuff, or were you winging that too? Like, was someone like, okay, you need to have X amount of customers in order for this to work and to pay back the loan and to like whatever? Like, do you have to do that kind of stuff? Or,
yeah, you do have to do those calculations.
We need X bumps in the bums in the seats to
exactly, like projections, like my accountant did that, but also my cousin who owns Matcha Ninja was like, Anna, you need to do regular like mathematical exercises on like the costings all the time. Yeah. So it changes all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Did I do that? Probably not as much as I should have. But,
but it's nice to hear though that like, because like you said, you have to understand everything. That's why you did the junior search. I love that. I love that's my favorite thing from today. But like that, it's like when people are scared, like I'd be effing terrified to open up a premises, have people to pay. Like that sounds huge, but it's like if you do the numbers, because I'm a little mathsy person. Yeah. And you like, you might know he's hit it, or you might like whatever might be up and down and trends and stuff like that. But it's like, it actually can work when you are methodical about it and you work it out. Like it's like someone buying a house. I always go like, Jesus, it's such a huge thing to buy a house. It's like, no, but like everyone can do it. It's just, you just have to get the things in place to go for it.
Exactly.
Wow. And that was exciting. Yeah. Like, so 2023, that was all.
2023. Sorry, found out I was pregnant with my third child. And
there's a child in the middle there somewhere.
There's 2 kids in the middle there. And so found out I was pregnant. Signed the lease and got the keys. Yeah. About 3 days later, found out I was pregnant with my third child. I was like, right, okay, well.
Every time you start something in a child, like.
I know, yeah. No, I'm done now. There's no more. Yeah. Well, maybe more to the business, yes, but no more kids. Yeah.
And do they love what you do? Like, do they think?
Yeah, they do. They're like so proud. Like, honestly, they're so proud.
That makes
They're kind of barred from the cafe at this point, though, because they're too comfortable there and they like run wild and like go behind the counter and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's amazing because they're watching you all the time. I know. They're watching what you're doing and they're like, that's such a cool thing. Like, because that was like me with my dad. He started his own business when I was 11. And I remember just watching him do it. And like, then he was able to like get a nicer car. And like, then we moved to a bigger house. And I remember being like, oh my God, cool. And it's a completely different industry than me. But I was like, oh my God. And I watched him do that. And I was so proud of him. Still so proud of him. Like, it's just amazing. I want to have him on the podcast. But that's so cool. Okay. So like, we are kind of wrapping up a little bit. But like, I just wanted to kind of go over, what did I say? The hiring staff bit was something. Is that scary? I want the staff, and then I'll go into like the juicy bits about what was your coolest feeling, and then a little bit of advice. So we might have another like few minutes. Sorry, we're supposed to be less than that. But anyway,
sorry, it's me.
So hiring, no, but it's so interesting. I could talk for like 2 hours. So hiring staff, is that really scary?
For me, the scariest part was hiring the first person.
Okay,
and learning to let go a little bit because that old age saying, no one is ever going to care about your business as much as you do. Yeah. Thankfully, the first person that I hired was a superstar. Okay, she was just absolutely amazing, so passionate.
And she was a chef or...
kind of. Yeah. She actually was a baker, just like very casually with her mom's baking business in her home country.
Okay.
So she had the skills, but she didn't have, she's an engineer actually.
Wow.
So she had that brain, organized systems, like conveyor belt, like let's make this work.
Yeah, mass production.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She was amazing. Yeah. And I was very lucky that the first person I hired was her. Because I would have hired anyone.
Yes.
She was just there at the right place at the right time.
Wow.
But yeah, hiring staff is terrifying.
Yeah.
But definitely familiarize yourself with like the basics of like employee-employer relationships.
And their rights
HR,
and all that scary stuff.
All of that. And like it's notorious in hospitality that like people don't pay bank holidays. Like you get below the minimum wage. Like that is so unfair. Like you have to respect your staff. You have to pay them.
Yes.
Like do everything by the book.
Yeah. Because
I've worked in situations where I've worked for free, didn't get paid. Like don't get your holiday pay.
I remember working in a company that, and I guess I was a teenager now, or I was in college, and they paid monthly when you were like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
And then they like emergency tax me or something like that, and I just get to get paid for 2 or 3 months. It was like my summer job, and I was like, what? Yeah. And I felt so unconfident to even say anything. But anyway, that's a different story. But okay, so hiring staff is scary, but if you have all the rules in place and everything, and you know what you're talking about, and you don't have like a HR person, is it just kind of like...
I have somebody that I can go to for advice.
For advice, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of a friend, family friend.
Yeah.
She's a HR manager in a different company, so she's like my advice person.
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of research.
Policies and all that stuff in place.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds
contracts, employee handbooks, all essential. Wow, protect yourself, like keep yourself protected.
But you seem very on top of everything, very organised and everything. So what? Okay, yeah. So the rustic honey, it's the juicy bit. So like, what was the hardest wall you ran into? Like a day you almost like were like quit, like I can't do it.
You know, the first time I read that question that you sent to me, I was like, this is very cliche now, but quitting has just never been an option for me.
Oh, I love that.
Like I just would never quit. The wall. I'm actually right now, this period in time, like I said to you earlier, like I'm going through a lot in my personal life.
Okay.
And I feel like I just don't have all the energy to start something new within the business.
Okay. And that's your favorite thing to do, is to create all the time with it. Yeah.
And it's very frustrating because I feel like I have so much energy and so much to give, but I have to put that in a different part of my life at the moment.
Yeah.
Which kind of links into another really difficult thing that I've dealt with and I'm still dealing with, is separating myself from the business.
Okay.
That like I am not Rustic Honey and Rustic Honey is not me. You know, I met someone a while ago and she was like, oh, what do you do? I was like, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh my God, you're Mrs. Rustic Honey. And I was like, what the hell? It was like really, it was really nice that someone recognized the brand.
This is probably because of your Instagram, because you're quite,
exactly.
I love that.
But I know it was amazing, but I was also like, wow, but like, that actually brings it back that like I have to pull myself out and remember that like I'm a person, I need to take care of myself, I need to take care of the kids.
Need to get massages.
Yeah, I need to go for my massage, I need to have lads running up and down my back.
But you seem to be doing that though. You seem to be kind of stepping, like doing, like making sure you have time for yourself. Yeah. You have to.
And that's essential. Yeah. Like you will burn out.
And you will never give up on the company, as you just said. You'd never quit it. So like if you are the business, but you're not the face, but you are the face in a way, you have to look after yourself to be able to do all that. So that's very, thanks for being so honest about it though.
No,
so, and what's the coolest feeling? Let's do something positive. What's the
coolest
that you're most proud of?
I guess watching people enjoy something that I've created. And to be able to have the confidence in myself now after struggling for like really badly for years, never feeling good enough, like never having confidence, always comparing myself to other people, to finally being like a grown woman now, being like, okay, I have created this brand, and I am now providing positive and memorable experiences for other people to enjoy.
Yes.
And like
that's gorgeous.
That's it. Like that is actually
gorgeous. I feel like we should end on that, because it's gorgeous. But also the 25 people that you support that are your staff. Like you are supporting people with something that's come out of your head. Yeah. And your hands.
They're amazing. Like our team are amazing. And like we're really selective about who we hire as well. Like, okay, you can have a certain skill set, but like, do you have the passion? Do you have the drive? They're all really important things. Yeah.
They obviously feel, if they feel supported in it, then they're going to do their best for you. So you've done a good job there.
I hope they do.
Okay, so I think, because I wanted to kind of end it like that sounds lovely, but I just would love if you had any kind of someone who is looking to start and they're like scared and they don't know how. What would you say to someone?
Just make the decision. Yes, I'm going to do this. And then figure out all of your steps, write them down on a piece of paper. And
you said start with the end goal. I meant earlier on, I love that you said that, because I used to say, if I want to make 10 grand a month, how do I work back from that? How many clients, whatever. So would you say, what's the end goal and work back?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know what the end goal is, find something. Find some part of your goal or your dream and write it down.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Yeah.
And like, you can do it. Like anyone can do it.
I love this.
Just put your mind to it.
Absolutely. You know? That's so inspirational. Okay, I think that's so, I think we should just end on that, because that's gorgeous. Okay. Yeah.
Shona.
Thank you so much. I feel like I'm going to get you in for a part 2. I thought we actually kind of stuck to our time, which I thought we wouldn't. I thought we'd be talking for an hour and a half.
Okay, well, I'm sure we can edit a few bits out. That's fine.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Thanks. If this chat sparked something in you, take one tiny step this week. And when you're ready for structure, clarity, and real support, you'll find that inside the Venture Vault. I'll see you next time for another chat with someone who'll make starting feel possible.